Everybody, hello, hello, hello. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Okay, y'all. So we're going to get into this. Happy. What is today? Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday. Duh, is our BPC system day. So happy Wednesday, everybody. As you can see, I'm here in my hotel room in Dallas, Texas, on my way to Houston, Texas. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I disconnected my microphone. So hopefully I'm having it connected through my look at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm having it connected directly through my computer. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. And like all the streaming platforms are just tripping today. I don't even know. Like Facebook is tripping. But that's okay. We live on YouTube. We're live on my Facebook business page. We're live on LinkedIn. And so, is what it is. But no worries. We're going to get this party started. And so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If you can hear me okay, please let me know in the chat that you can hear me. Let me know in the chat that you guys can hear me. All right, sounds good because I just checked it out myself on YouTube by accident. Okay, good. So listen, guys. Hey, Butterfly Dree. We're gonna get into a software that I have literally been using since 2020, and so I'm gonna go into like a couple of some of my favorite features, and this is a white labeled software. The name of the software is called Highlevel, and I've actually been using this software since. You know what? I just thought about something. I feel like that's okay. I'll just look up high. But I've been using this software since 2020, so over 5 6 years now. Over 6 years now, right? Well, 5 to 6 because I can't remember exactly when I signed up, but I remember when I heard about this software that it was all in one, and there have just been so many advancements since I started using this software back in 2020. But I remember being the person who would say, like, I would never want to use an all in one software because um if that software malfunctions, then everything is malfunctioning, right? And so honestly, guys, it took a minute for me to really just really like learn this software and understand how amazing it is and why I truly love it, like why I absolutely love this software, not only because it has helped me to save thousands. When I say thousands of dollars, I was spending money every single month for my CRM, which I used to use Active Campaign, and I loved Active Campaign. I definitely did love Active Campaign. I was spending a lot of money utilizing easy texting, which is how I would send out text messages, because with Active Campaign at the time, you could not send text messages longer than, like, I think 300 characters. And so if I needed to send out a text message with images and things like that, I wasn't able to send it. So I used easy texting, and easy texting, which I don't even know if they're around. I'm pretty sure they are. Cost me so much money to use, right? Then we had a dialer system that we used called, I think it was My Dialer, which allowed us to call our leads. Because, yes, I believe it is very important that you are able to call your leads and contact them. Um, I used, let's see what else. Man, I used so many different things. I had another system that we used to track our numbers. And that one, man, was expensive. To track your numbers, it was costing me a lot of money. I had another software that I used for posting my social media. And so, I mean, this was adding up. Like, to post to my social media costs a lot of money. Then, of course, just being able to, like I said, track my numbers, run ads. To run ads, there was a software that came out that helped me easily set up my ads and things. It just became very expensive. And so when I found Highlevel, I didn't realize how much I would love this software, but it was something that I first just started using for myself. And then I just saw how many of our members can utilize this software as well. I founded Book Profits Club in 2019. I started using this software around 2020. And so just imagine. So now I know that we have all of these authors, speakers, coaches who need to be able to have the same capabilities that I have. And instead of trying to send them to all these individual softwares, I can literally just send them to one. You can host all of your courses. You could do literally everything in this software, guys. And so, with that stated, we're going to get into some things because I'm going to show you some of my favorite things about the software. And like, if you're not using it, you need to use this thing, okay? So, hey, Takara. Yes, my love. It's okay. It's all good, girl. Listen, life be lifing out here, child. I'm on these roads, on these streets. I actually looked at your text, literally, no lie, yesterday. I mean, the text I sent you. I literally looked at it yesterday. I was like, oh my goodness. But anyway, so happy to have you and see you here, my love. Mwah. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, guys, because we're going to get into this. And let me just tell you, if you are a BPC member, please note this, guys. You want to make sure every Wednesday that you have your VA, your tech team, whomever, they should be on this training with us, right? So that if they have questions, or if there's something that you want them to see that they can be applied to your business, have them on this training, okay? So very important to make sure we make this available to everyone. So this is not a training that is member specific, that you have to be any kind of tier. We're streaming this, for goodness sakes, on all social media platforms, right? So please, whenever you like, that would be for me a requirement. Like, if I hire you as a staff member, you have to be on this training every single Wednesday. That's a requirement, right? So make sure that you have your staff on here, okay? Make sure that you have your staff on here. So let's go ahead and get into this. I am going to share my screen and I want you guys to review the screen. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. All right, awesome. So now everybody should be able to see my screen. And this is what the software looks like. Now, as I was stating, guys, the name of the software is Highlevel. We actually white label it out and we call it BPC System. So I will just tell you this, there are pros and cons to when you sign up under someone. So if anybody has ever been under in network marketing, for example, when you join in network marketing, you can either probably join the company direct, or you have to be sponsored by someone, right? Or you are sponsored by someone. The benefit of being sponsored by a person is that when you are brought into their organization, it benefits them for you to be successful. So they will provide you with additional support. However, for those of you guys, let's say that you sign up directly into the company, well, you can sign up and you can, of course, get the support that the company provides, but you may not get the same support as someone who is in your same industry, same field. And so, yes, you can, of course, sign up to Highlevel by yourself. But the reason why you would want to sign up under someone, specifically someone who's in your industry, is because they'll be able to better help you with understanding certain things and certain benefits of utilizing the software. Does that make sense, everyone? I hope it does, right? And so if you sign up through us, you get additional support. And so the first thing I want to show you guys is where to find your support. Now, this is not going to be available in every Highlevel. And then as we continue to add more things for you guys, different resources, tools, it will be found on the menu. Okay. So when you scroll down on the left-hand side, the first thing that you guys are going to see, which I encourage every one of you to make sure either you or your assistant or tech support goes to this training. This is called the BPC system training. So again, if you sign up with your own Highlevel account or you sign up under someone else, it's not going to have this particular link. It may have something similar, but this is something that we provide directly to people who are utilizing the software through us, right? So under the BPC system training, this is where you're going to learn everything. There are a couple of things that must be done in order for you to effectively start using the software. That means, like, for example, setting up your phone number. And regardless of whatever CRM or text messaging software you're using, you have to go through an A2P approval process. This is something by law that is required. However, when you sign up directly through us, We will assist you with getting you A2P approved, right? So that means making sure that you get a phone number through your system and you're now able to send out text messages, call people, etc., etc. Okay. But you may want to try the system for free, which I'm going to give you guys a link. If you do try it for 30 days for free, then you actually have to set up your A2P yourself. But no biggie. We have training and everything that's available. And then, of course, you can always plug in to what we do here. But once you are then activated, then these are things that we actually help you with, right? But when you log in, guys, you'll see, first of all, setting up your CRM. Another great thing, too, about all of these trainings, guys, is that these trainings are 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less. So, how to set up your business profile? You need to make sure that your business profile is set up. How do we make sure? We make sure our VA logs into this training, learns how to do it, and then goes and does it, right? Setting up your personal profiles, difference between local and toll free numbers, how to get your phone number, A2P, literally everything you need to know on setting up your CRM is here. Adding your domain. These are very important. Okay. The next is learning your CRM, which has its own training as well, right? So if you want to get access to that, you just simply click on that. Well, let me do it like this. And we're going to click on all 12 articles. Again, 5 minutes or less. Look at this. Learning your CRM. So, Launchpad, dashboard, calendars, conversations. This is where you're going to spend more of your time, too, by the way. And the cool thing is when you download the app onto your phone, you can also check all conversations here. In your conversations, let me just tell you how fly this thing is. You can be able to see all of your conversations via text message, all of your conversations via email, all of your conversations via Instagram DM, all of your conversations via Facebook. Literally, this is where you can do all your conversations. So, why is that powerful? Because then when you start getting into the mode of hiring a VA, you can actually have your VA to be logged into your sub account under their own account and logged into your system. And then you can have them manage your conversations. If it's like, just general responses, which these are some of the things that I actually would have my VA do, like just general stuff. But like if they're asking a specific question, I could then have my VA to notify, hey, you've got these different people right here who you need to get in touch with. But a lot of times, once we get into a space of having something where it's routine, you can have your VA to do those routinely things. And now you're able to check your inbox. The only thing about like conversations that Facebook will not allow, for example, is like your Facebook personal page. And so, unfortunately, as of right now, as of always, they just, because it's a personal page, they don't allow you to really integrate it with other softwares. There is a company that does it, not necessarily legally, but they do it. But Facebook is pretty strict on that. And so you can do all of your inbox messages in your Facebook business page, which is also could be very effective for those of you guys who are getting into the phase of running ads, because you can actually run ads that require people to send you an inbox message. So imagine you're running an ad to invite people to come to your webinar, and you say, hey, or invite them to come to something, and you say, if you have any questions, just send me a message. Then they're going to message your business page, because when you run ads, you run it through your business page. But anyways, all of this is available. So there's a ton of training. And again, what I would do is if I have a VA, I would make sure that they're plugging into this training. Now, to make sure that you're very effective, I'm not going to go into too much detail of this, but when you are assigning your VAs to log into your training and stuff like that, for example, let's just say for today, this is a new VA that I just brought on. I say, okay, first thing, what I want you to do is I want you to log in. I want you to go to the BPC system training, and I want you to learn how to set up the CRM. This has a total of what, how many, 8 videos under 5 minutes. So that will not take you longer than an hour. I want you to take an hour to review those videos. And then I want you to take another 1 hour to go through and look and make sure that I have all these different items set up. That is how I would instruct my VA. So I wouldn't say, hey, just go look at the training and see what you can find. No, right? You got to be very good at learning how to properly delegate when you are hiring someone on your team. And so now you have a VA who's really getting acclimated to this software, which actually makes them even more valuable, right? So I would just make sure that if I can't do it myself, like if technology is not my best friend, I'm going to have my VA to plug into this training. If you are good with technology, like, I love technology. So I love software. I love hardware. I love things like that. For me, it's exciting to learn some new training, right? So for me, I'm going to sit in here and learn how to do all of these different things. But again, for you, if you just don't have the time capacity, you hire a VA. You pay them 4, 5, 6 bucks an hour, and you say, listen, I want you to spend 2 hours on module one. And then once you've gone through the videos, that should take you less than an hour. I want you to then make sure each one of those steps are set up. And if not, I need you to notify me and let me know which ones are not. Simple, easy peasy. The next is our BPC YouTube channel. So if you go down here, you'll see a link that says BPC YouTube channel. If you click on that, it's going to actually open onto a new tab because I don't want you to move out of the system. And so the new tab will take you to our BPC system training. And this is going to be what it looks like, right? So in our BPC system training, if you go to playlist, you'll be able to see all of our productive and profitable with Nishika Melton, right? These are our new member onboarding meetings. You won't be able to see this one, the Money Mondays. This is only available in the school community. This is available because I'm logged in, of course. But look, the weekly Wednesday training calls. So you can go here, and then we have some additional all-in-one tool trainings. So, like, if you want to make sure that your VA also is getting plugged in, just like with this Wednesday training call, it will be added here. You can just simply have them go to the YouTube channel. Okay, so these are two important areas that you want to make sure when you are first getting into the software, you start there. Okay, now we also have BPC system support where you can actually get access to support in the school community. So let me show you this. So when you go into the community, you're going to then, let's say you have a question or you need help. So you're going to say help or whatever that is, XYZ, right? And then I need help with XYZ. And then you can actually tag Ali, who is our tech support, Ali Raymond, right here, right? Well, I see he's in here twice, but we're going to use this one. And then you're going to select BPC system. And then you can click post. Now, if it is something that is a little bit, now the reason why you could post that publicly is because Ali is actually a real person. Ali is not AI. Ali is a real person. Oh, y'all can't see it. Let me share my tab. So Ali is not, he's a real person. And when you're dealing with real people, guess what also happens? Real life. And so Ali is not available 24/7, right? So it might be a question where you're trying to figure out how to do something and you're like, okay, well, I can wait on Ali, but maybe someone in the community can help me as well, which is why you can use the school community. So when you change the right here, this to say BPC system, and you tag Ali, that's great. But even if there is someone else who might be able to answer it, that's why you can post it directly in school. Now, you are also able to inbox Ali and send him a message through the school community. So Ali is who it helps you. So if you message, now he is only available Monday through Friday, and he's only available during specific times. So we do ask that when you send a message, you got to allow him time. It could be anywhere between 24 business hours to get back with you. Now, if you are one of our elite members, you also get access in our WhatsApp chat. So if you are in the WhatsApp chat, that allows you to have quicker responses. But this is just very easy of how you are able to go into the community and get assistance. Does that make sense, everybody? So that's what you want to make sure. So if you need help with software, you go here. If you are elite, you need to be in the WhatsApp chat. Okay? That's where you get access. But you also have to be a user in our system. So this goes back also to where I was stating, like if you join a network marketing company and you join directly to the company, yes, you can get support through the company. But if you want someone who is sponsoring people to help you, they'll probably be less likely to assist you because you're not in their organization. So this is what we do. We provide you guys with this type of support so that you can get, and again, the benefit is because I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, I'm an author. So a lot of times when you are looking for that type of support based on your situation, your challenges, it helps when you are under that person's system. Now, let's say that you also are interested in maybe having your own software and you want to be able to sell it to your clients and things like that as well. There's also options for that where we can then make sure that you too have access to this training. You would be able to sign up through us. All you need to do is send a message. So, where do you want to send a message when you need help, support, and stuff? Right now, guys, the best way to communicate, if you are not elite, if you are elite, you need to use the WhatsApp. That helps you faster, but you can always go right here into the school community and send an email, a message. So you can message me. If I need to redirect you to someone else, of course, by all means, darling, I will, right? So that is there. All right. Does that make sense, everybody? So hopefully y'all saw that. Okay, so now we're back to the BPC system. I want to just show you a couple of my favorite things when it comes to this. Now, I also want to announce, guys, that many of you guys know that the Highlevel has now integrated AI with their software. Just so that you guys know, it's not free. Okay, so for the summer, which is weird because they're saying the summer about to end, child. I feel like we just started the summer. But for the summertime, they were offering us a chance to use it for free. And so for those of you guys who took advantage and really plugged into the AI tools, it was free. However, there is going to be a fee for you to be able to utilize the AI features. I will tell you this, that the AI that they are using, that they're connected to, it almost reminds me of Claude and chat combined together. So if you love Claude and you love chat, there's also now also a feature where you can add it to your browser. You can literally just use this one AI feature versus using the others, and it will do you justice. Like, you can literally just integrate all of your AI stuff right here in your software, and you don't need to have the additional. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because there is a monthly fee to be able to use the software. Now, you can decide if you want to use the AI and pay as you go, or you can pay a lump sum where it will give you unlimited usage, which for those of you guys who do use a lot of AI, like every day, that might be best. So just know that the AI feature is not available forever. And let me see, do we have any questions? Hopefully, we have any questions. Okay, hopefully you can see it, Cecily, because I did not click on it. So hopefully I was trying to show y'all school of where to go, so hopefully you can see it. Okay, thank you, Marshawn. Awesome. Mary Little says yes, it makes sense. Okay, great, 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 great. If you guys have any questions, though, please don't hesitate to ask your questions while we are going through this. We're going to be going for about another 30 minutes. So I just want to make sure that you guys have questions. Has you on your toes. I know that's right. It's okay, Lexi. You'll get through it. Just, you know what I will say is, for those of you, where you go to school at, by the way, love. For those of you guys who are like, your schedule, you're busy. It's just so much going on. Do your best to try to pre-plan your week. I'm gonna do a training that shows you how to be effective with your time, guys. We call it your success schedule. So we have your success funnel, your success schedule, but it's actually in more depth of how to make sure you also have balance too. Because if you are only planning out your business and you're not planning out your life, baby girl, baby boy, you will get burnt out. Can I get an amen, someone? So, like, some of us are really good at scheduling out our business. Okay, I got calls on this day, I got meetings on this day, that. And then when we look at our calendar, there's nothing in there. So, I just want to tell you guys, we're going to have a training to go over that. That's going to help you to have better balance so that when you wake up to do work, you're energized. Because there's nothing like waking up and, baby, when I tell you my testimony is real, because July, and I'm being very transparent here, y'all, while July was probably, for some people, maybe one of the scariest months that people would have had. For me, July was one of the most peaceful months I've had in a very long time. And that is because I made sure that I put a balance of having not just business, but also having a balance of life, church, friends, etc., etc. Amen. Oh, International Skin, Nails, Massage Therapy. Yes, baby. Well, Lexi, honey, I hope you are preparing to, once you graduate, girl, to hit the ground running, because you are already preparing yourself with the skills, with a trade that's going to be phenomenal. So, congratulations in advance. Okay, so now let me go over some additional things. So, I'm not going to go through all of these things. Again, you need to scroll down here to the BPC system training. I won't go into the AI and all that stuff. But let me tell you something that many of you guys probably do not know is available. When you go to settings on the bottom, if there are any new features that do become available to you guys, you'll be able to get access to this under the settings. You're going to scroll down to where it says labs. This is one of my favorite tabs because this is where you get to see what they doing. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. They got a new lab out called Threads Post Sync. If y'all are not using Threads, like, what you do, you know that you can now post to your threads through your software. Why is this powerful? So Threads is the new age TikTok. I mean, new age. It's like people call it like Facebook, but no, baby, it's better than that. Threads is like Twitter on a whole nother level. I literally have a post that went viral the other day. Like, I will go on Threads and just post a random thought and it'll go viral. So, how about this, y'all? So, I posted on Threads the other day, where are my baddies? I wish I could pull it up, but where are my baddies that don't mind going out to eat by themselves? I posted it because I was out in New Orleans at a restaurant at the bar eating by myself. And so I just like think of anybody else like random like that. And so I posted it and forgot about it. I posted it and forgot about it. Baby, when I went back to that post like 2 days later, like it was like yesterday or whatever, I went back to the post. And when I say that post has gone viral, so Threads is fired. Now they have something in here where you can actually connect. And what's dope is with the use of AI, you can literally have your software to create a series of threads posts that can go out automatically. Pay attention to the ones that go viral because guess what? A lot of women, like my target audience, and I share this to you guys all the time. Your target audience, your biggest target audience, especially if you're doing B2C, is going to be a version of you. But even B2B, like the businesses that I've done business with, a lot of times they do business with me because they relate, right? They have the connect to say yes. And so guess what? I relate to a lot of the other women who go sit at a restaurant, married or single, don't matter, because they love their company. So now I've become relatable to a lot of women, which from that post alone got me a ton of new follows. Does that make sense? Anyways, okay, so let me get into this, y'all. So, new unified client portal experience. Ooh, what's that? So we're going to see with that. You can look at all these different things. Message compliance revamp. Ooh, this might be cool. Audio settings for voice calls. I don't know how many of y'all use voice calls, but I do. GBP. Oh, I got to start using Google. How many of y'all use Google Business Profile? I definitely have to start using Google Business Profile. Export Center, right? So this is like wallet and transactions. Voice AI. Oh, look at this. I can send WhatsApp voice messages to people. How many of you guys do business with people internationally? If you do international business, let me tell you something. Everybody uses WhatsApp. So, like, we do an annual event in Ghana and Dubai. Everybody in Ghana and everybody in Dubai use WhatsApp. So, when I had created my registration page, like, we're going to start having the registration for our Ghana event go live soon. And so, when people register, a lot of times, with our system, we'll send out text messages. Well, you can't text them because they have a Ghanaian number. And so instead, I have it set up so it WhatsApp messages them because we have WhatsApp in the software. But now look at this. Looks like I can also probably send them a voice message, which now increases our show up ratio. So, anyways, you want to always make sure, guys, to go in here to this labs to see just what are some of the new stuff that they have, because you'll be blown away. Okay. Another cool thing, again, there's so many different amazing tools here in the Highlevel system. I'm just telling you, like, you could spend, I remember when I converted over back in 2020, it probably took me about 6 to 7 months just to get a handle on it. And I love software. I went to school for computer science. I have a bachelor's in computer science. So when it comes to software, this is something that I love. And so even with me, it took me 6 to 7 months of making a daily commitment to logging in. And what's crazy is I still probably only use about 30% of the capacity of Highlevel. Okay. So the next place right here is marketing that I really love. So marketing is fire because this is where you are able to connect all of your social media platforms and post to them. You are also able to utilize this marketing area to message people so that you can actually see what it looks like live. I'm going to go into my sub account and I'm going to go to the marketing because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. So under here, you see another cool thing, and I don't know if they always had this, I can't remember, is let's just say that I post something to my social media directly from my phone, because a lot of times I might have stuff that is scheduled, but then if I post something directly to my timeline, sometimes when you use a lot of these posting softwares, it doesn't really track that. But now I can actually see the post where I've actually posted directly. So you see where it says native post. This is where I posted directly to my timeline. But watch this. Now, if you guys are posting on social media and you're not communicating with people, you are missing out on the main reason why we use social media. We use social media to get people to convert from followers, friends, connections, etc. to leads, right? So if we're not utilizing the feature of people when they comment on our post and commenting back, telling them check their DMs and all the things, we could be missing out on a lot. So what's really cool is that I can go in here and be able to see, like, if somebody does, oh, hold on, I got to reconnect. Something is going on with Facebook because today I actually tried to stream to Facebook and it was tripping. So let me reconnect, and which this may happen a lot of times. You'll have to reconnect your social media, no biggie. So let me reconnect it real quick. Boom, bam, boom. As long as you're logged in, it should be an easy process. Okay, see, just that quick, reconnected. We're going to connect to our Instagram. Uh, 1 second, guys. All right, we're connected. And I'm sorry, it took off the screen when I did something. So let me share it again. I'm just gonna share my entire screen. So if a text message pop up that's not, so you know what I'm saying, professional, just mind it. Just mind it. Okay. Don't mind me. Mind that though. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. So now we're connected. So now I can go back over here to my social media, and let's say I want to check out like the messages that I have through those social media, right? So hold on. Let me go right here. We're going to go to the main page, and then we're going to click on comments. And then look at this. I'm now able to see who has commented on any of my posts. So you see this visibility. Look, so, oh, this is great. So I can actually comment on this person, Arla Kelly Publishing. Absolute. Oops. And so I got some kind of automation too that's telling people to check their DM. If y'all ever comment on my Facebook business page, I'm just trying to figure out where that automation was set up, because that is, it ain't gonna send you a DM. But anyways, I can say absolutely. Thank you for your comment. So you see, now who could be doing this for you? Uh, Again, this goes back to having a VA. See, a lot of times our VAs, we have them doing activities that are not going to produce any kind of leads. This is something that I like to call busy work, especially once your VA really starts to know who you are. Then listen, you need to make sure that you have them assisting you, right? So look, these are all comments that I missed and I did not respond. And think about it. I want y'all to think about it like this. When you comment on somebody else's post, right? let's just say when you comment on someone else's post, don't you feel good about it too? Of course. Like, I mean, when you comment and then somebody responds to you. So if somebody takes the time to comment on your post, it is so important to take some time to just give them a little bit of love back. You know what I mean? And so again, so then I've got Instagram. I can see when people have commented on my Instagram post, right? And so right here, this was a post that was put out. I enjoy connecting readers. Now, this is one of them little, auto things. It'd be like share to our thing, right? But if you comment, I don't know if y'all know this, even if it's an auto post, it's not real. Thank you so much. What it does is it still kind of refreshes your post, right? And so instead of it saying 3 comments, it says now 6 comments. A lot of people on social media, they utilize this technique, guys, to really boost up their platforms because they go and comment literally on like the first 100 comments. And so anyway, so now you've got this, right? So the marketing, this is amazing, but also I can go back and look at my content. I can see like what posts that I've actually put that worked. This right here, content, is when you are creating like new posts that you want to go out, right? But if I go to statistics, this helps me to see what were the posts that I posted that created like a lot of comments, that created a lot of likes, that created a lot of traction, right? You see right here, I haven't really been posting as much on my timeline. I've been traveling. So you see like my trend has kind of dropped a bit. YouTube has gone up because I've been streaming every day. The I've been doing every morning our devotional calls. So that has increased. But I'm now able to go in here and see my numbers, everything, which helps me with making sure I put out more like posts that are going to get me those responses. So like here is a post, a top performing post. It got 1.41 thousand likes. So if I want to be able to see this post and maybe kind of reuse something like this will help me. I will then just go here. Oh, okay. So this was one of my scripture posts, right? And so it got a lot of likes and a lot of comments. Now, what I could do with all these comments again is I could tell those people to check their DM. In fact, can I just give y'all a little tip? What time we got? So when it was my birthday, y'all know my birthday is Cinco de Mayo. Oh Lord, y'all not even seeing the screen. Lord Jesus. I wish there was like a notification that would let me know. Okay, well, I don't went through the whole thing, Chad. I'm gonna have to do another video just on the marketing. But right here under this marketing tab is where you guys would go. And then you'll be able to see your planner, the content, and I'm looking right at myself over here knowing that it's not sharing the content, right? This is where you can upload your content as well as comments. And so this is what I was talking about under comments, where you can see when people have commented on your post and you can go back and manually respond to them. And then statistics is so important because this allows you to identify what of your posts have done the most, like value. So you can go down here. You can also see days of the week when you get more traction. You can scroll down here and also be able to see like what post did the most, right? As far as post, and this was a post that I did where I was reading scripture. And so you're able to really see like how to continue to duplicate that. I can see my total number of impressions for this week. 12,000 on Facebook, 7,000 on Instagram, 22 on LinkedIn. So we know we got to work on LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, right? So you're able to see all these different things. And so that's what I was showing. Now, here's a little tip, right? So, like, for example, my birthday post. So, for my birthday, I have put a post up, where, hey, it's my birthday. Those are always the posts where you get a lot of comments. People who ain't commented on your post in years. And I'm just going to tell you guys, if anybody has a birthday coming up, you want to make sure you use it effectively. Because let me just show you this Instagram post that really did well and how I can leverage this to get more leads. So for my birthday, I had a post that went viral basically because it was my birthday. And all I did was create an automation that would then respond to everybody who commented. And I told them to check their DM. Now, there isn't a way in the BPC system when anyone comments on a post. I don't know about the comment. I got to double check. But if they follow you, you're able to actually send them a message. So, anyways, with this, watch this. All of these people that commented, I can tell them to check your DM. And in the DM, I would then let them know, hey, listen, thank you for commenting on my post. We actually have a community where we do a morning devotional every Monday through Friday. I would love for you to be a part of it. It's for speakers, coaches. I did that for my birthday, and I was able to grow our community at the time over 200 plus people. Does that make sense? So, like, when you have like dope posts, that's why you got to utilize the system so that you can be able to identify what's going to help you to really grow. And why do I want them to join the community? Because when they join the community, I get their name, email, and phone number. Our goal every single day is to be collecting new leads. Is that not new leads? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That we went from like a couple of hundred followers to, I mean, a couple of hundred people to like doubling our entire community size. Isn't that fire? So, anyways, so we're gonna go through that. All right, so that's marketing. You want to check out the marketing. Automation. Now we know, and there's so much more. As you can see on marketing, there's just so much more. I'm not gonna go into all of that. Like emails, under emails is where you can create templates that you can have to go out. So we're going to be updating our weekly template that will go out to our members. But then when we send out the template, it allows us to see how many were delivered, how many opened, and how many clicked. Now, if you notice, our open rate is pretty low. And so I will tell you this, guys, and this is not something that you necessarily can even control, even within Highlevel. If you notice that your open rate is very low, that means that your emails are probably going to people's spam. There are a couple of things that you can actually do to help to increase your open rate. That might be a training that we can do like next week, but that it does not matter. Like if your custom domain has been set up and not, if it's brand new and whatnot, you have to warm it up. So when I see that, that means a lot of people are not getting my emails. So now I got to work on being able to get that email set up so more people are able to see it. But anyways, I can see my templates, snippets, countdown timers are really cool to add, of course, to like websites and things like that. Trigger links are more advanced, but it's like where it's designed for when you have someone that goes to a link. If they click on it, it can trigger a different type of automation. This is where you can create an affiliate program for your products and services, right? So if you want to create it, it's a little bit more enhanced, but I'm not going to go through all of that. One other cool thing is this ad manager, though. So for those of you guys who want to run ads, this is phenomenal. It'll allow you to connect to your Facebook page, to your Google page, and you can actually start running ads directly from your system. And it has AI as well if you want to integrate that. Automations. You're probably going to spend, outside of course, conversations, because conversations is where I go every day. So when I log into the BPC system, I log in to conversations every day. See, that's why you don't share the whole screen, because I feel like it makes it look crazy. So hold on one sec. Is everybody with me still? If you guys are still with me, let me know. Let me know if you guys are still with me. See, that's why you got to do it like that. And then there you go. All right, it looks better that way. So, conversations is where you guys are going to spend most of your time. Your automations is literally where you create all your automations, your email automations, your messaging automations. Say someone purchases a product and you want to give them immediate access to a course that you have hosted in here, because you can host your courses in here. Because we use school, I don't really have the courses in here, but I do, just so y'all know. And so anybody that is a part of our BPC system, depending upon your tier, we're actually working to get a lot of these courses moved over to the school. That's another conversation. But as you can see, like I have all these courses here. So we've spent a lot of time putting together some incredible, amazing courses. So you guys will have access to that. But in your automation, there's so much this thing can do. So if you have not gone into automation and played around, I would encourage you. Again, if you are not the technology savvy person, then that's where again you want to have your VA. And so what I would do is first, the first thing that you want to always have is an automation so that when someone subscribes, like right now, we are working on a new automation for anyone that joins our school community. We want it to trigger an automation so that they're going to start receiving emails every day just to get them plugged in and acclimated to the system, right? And so we would want to create an automation. Now, what's cool is you can go in here and you can add so many different things this thing can do. So many different things this thing can do. So you see this under contact. They can do stuff specifics for your contacts. It can do stuff specifics for custom objects, right? Communication. So let's say when somebody joins in, you wanted to call someone. You can literally have where if someone joins your email list, right, or say they've purchased a product and you have either you or a sales team and you have like certain hours of the day where you're going to be logged in, you can literally have it to call that client right away and it'll connect directly to you and your phone when they answer the phone. There's just so much you can do, y'all. So much you can do with these automations. So you want to go in here and start looking. And if something doesn't make sense, of course, you want to check and check into this BPC training. But you can also ask, like, hey, so I was thinking that when somebody does this, can the automation create something to do XYZ? But your main automation right now is when someone joins in, you absolutely want them to start receiving emails from you. For me, I would recommend, if I could be transparent, like you want to get to the point where you are emailing your list every single day. And so for my old automation, right, before we built the community, I'll just let y'all see it. For my old automation, when someone joined Book Profits Club before we had school, right? So remember, 2019 is how old we are. But before we had school, look at this. Let me make sure I'm still sharing my screen. Yes, y'all can see it. I had over, it says 30 days of emails, but I think it's more than that. But when somebody would join, they would get added to this series. And so this is a series of emails, text messages, so that every single day for the first 30 days, I am in front of mine. So you see, they get an email, they're removed from other workflows. Welcome to BPC. Just all these different things, right? And so text message they would get, it'll wait a day. It'll give them access to the courses. So you see, like that's when we were just using the courses. And I know some people might say, well, why are you using school over the membership courses? Y'all, it was a battle because now it is an additional software. And yes, in the software itself, in Highlevel, we do have communities. Now, when they decide to open up their communities in the way that school does, so that it's easy to actually like find the communities, you never know, guys. We might be moving everybody over to there. I'm just gonna tell you the truth because they do have communities right here in Highlevel, but I like it because the way school is set up, it's easy for you to see other communities that are in, and they might have it like that. So I'm gonna double check to see because I really just would prefer to not have to use no other software but Highlevel. Okay. So automations, there's so many guys, automations out here. You can even have an automation that, like, let's just say, for example, you want to send a voice message to everybody that's a part of your community. There's just a lot of different things that are in the automations, right? So are you guys still with me? Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So automations is where I spend a lot of time. And even if you just say, you know what, I'm going to log in for like 15 minutes a day just to kind of learn and see what some of the stuff that it does, do it. Because you could be like, oh, wow, what is this? And you might be like, I don't even know what that is. Hey, BPC system support, like go into the school community, like, hey, I see an automation that says XYZ, thus and that. What does that automation do? But this is the thing, y'all. Can I be honest? Can I be very transparent real quick? This is me about to be a little bit of a mother hen, or whatever you call it. This is your business. This is your business. It's not mine. And so it is your responsibility. If you have the resources and the tools available, I don't care if you are a techie or not. It is your business. And so when we be making these excuses as to, but I'm not this and I'm not that, but you said you wanted to launch this business, right? Does that make sense? And God says faith without works is dead. And so just because you may not be, listen, I had a woman that was a part of our 3 day boot camp that we did years ago. 3 day boot camp that we did, right? She was 80 plus years young. 80 plus years young. And this woman in our 3 day boot camp was running circles around our members. Like, we have three different ways that we teach you how to write the book. And you can either type it, or you could voice type it, or you could record your audio. She typed her entire book and never complained once about Google Docs, because she made a decision that I am not going to be prohibited by stuff I don't know. I'm going to spend time and learn how to do it. Every single time we say stuff that I just don't do stuff like that, you literally prohibit yourself from learning. Your subconscious mind will block all kind of whatever reactivations or activations that'll allow you to learn this, because you constantly are telling yourself, I don't know how to do this. So you have to be receptive to this information. Does that make sense, guys? So what do you do then? This is your business. It is not my business. If you want the business to grow, let's make sure that either if we hire someone or you are doing it, because it's going to either cost you money or it's going to cost you time, that you learn how to utilize this software. I want no more excuses. Amen? Okay. And then sites. So sites, and I'm not going to go through everything else, but this is also a place where I spend a lot of time. You'll see, because I have a ton of funnels. But 9 times out of 10, guys, many of my funnels that I create are always going to end up pointing towards the same thing, unless like I'm creating like an event or something like that. Now you have funnels, you have websites. To be honest, y'all, I have 2 websites on here, but like my Taria Avant website was here at one time, but I don't even use that anymore. I actually have a funnel that's for tariaavant.com. Websites are good because it does allow you to create, like, different pages and integrate certain things. I'm not sure yet, but I do remember that one of the challenges was that, like, if I wanted to integrate with, like, for example, ShipStation. So say someone buys your book and you don't want to have to manually export all the people who've purchased your book. You would like it to automatically go to ShipStation so you can then print out your labels and then ship your books off. It makes the process so much more easier. One of the things I realized is that, and that's why you see it says BPC store, you had to do it through the website. But I'm pretty sure they'll probably have some changes. I really honestly don't understand. The funnels and the websites is literally the same thing. But as you can see, they have stores, which is separate by itself. If you guys have ever wanted to know like how to create like a Shopify store, or if you've ever created a Shopify store, that's essentially what this is. The webinars feature, I have not played with the webinars yet, really. I created one, but this is like to create like a registration page for a webinar, and then you can probably run the webinar through here. But what we're going to start doing is probably running our webinars through school. Analytics is powerful because it allows you to see what your numbers are looking like, which this is where you're going to also need to spend a lot of time. You want to go here to identify where are people, like what days are people, looking at your stuff, what pages are they looking at, what is your numbers, where are they located, etc. This all helps you, especially like when you are running ads. So like, for example, I see right here, a lot of people are Chrome users, less Safari, but Safari means that they are Apple users. So I know that we still have a lot of people that use Apple. I can see that majority of most people are looking at my capture pages from desktop. Well, I'm sorry, from their mobile phone. This is important because a lot of y'all will have a capture page that'll have a QR code on it. If someone is looking at a capture page from their mobile phone, are they going to be able to scan the QR code? No. So we don't need to be having QR codes where if we're noticing more people are coming to our sites from their mobile phone. Yes, we have an even spread on desktop, but that's also important. So your analytics is going to be important. WordPress. I actually host the Author All Stars website through the Highlevel WordPress software. Okay, you see, Author All Stars. And so I manage and do everything right through here. I love utilizing it here. WordPress, the reason why I like WordPress, for Author All Stars is because we do have it set up to where it's like more articles and things like that. So if you know, like you want to create like a blog and things of that nature, you can use WordPress if you're familiar. But there's also an opportunity to create your own blog right here too. So there's just so much over here. Another one that you're going to use a lot of is going to be forms, surveys, and quizzes. And so again, I just encourage you guys to plug in QR codes. This is another one. So when do I use QR codes? I only use QR codes when I am speaking in person in an in-person event. I never use a QR code in a webinar. It is like so irritating to me when I'm on a Zoom and people put a QR code, because now I can't even scan it. I have to then wait. And 9 times out of 10, if I have to do a screenshot to come back to it, I'm probably not going to come back to it. Like, it does not make sense to have QR codes on Zoom meetings, on webinars, on digital events. It only makes sense when you are in person or you're printing it out on the flyer that you're passing out. I'm just being honest. We got to make it make sense, right? And so, and I also, so some people say, well, what if I also include my website? A confused mind does nothing. Giving people too many options is too much. I don't do that. When it's time to make the offer, I'm either gonna in person. Now, in person, I may give them the link if their internet is trashed or whatever trash. But a lot of times, I like to keep it simple. I only create one way for them to lock in. Right? If they're online, I have a radio ready domain, an easy to remember domain that they're able to go to. And because it's a webinar, I can also send a text message out to everybody while we're live on the webinar. Anyway, so these are some of my favorite marketing automation sites. Memberships is where you can host your courses. You can create all really cool things too, like make them certifications. So maybe, it's been a whole, and I got to get ready to wrap it up. If I don't see any questions, I'm gonna wrap it up. But another really cool thing too is, yeah, like this has been a big controversial thing, right? Certifications. And it's been controversial because, people have been having some certifications that we don't know if they're necessarily right. Well, my thing is this, y'all. I feel that all certifications were made up, all degrees. Somebody decided, you know what, we're going to make it so that this school has a bachelor's in XYZ, thus and that. They had to go through the training, they had to get the information, and in return, guess what they got? Certification. So another cool thing too about this is that, like, if you want to create it so that when someone goes through your course, you can give them a certificate for completion. So people love stuff like that. Recognition always gets recognized. This is where you can also create your communities. What I will say is that when I was building this community, one cool thing, if we ever do, let's just say, for example, decide to switch over to here, we can do it seamlessly where I don't necessarily have to have people to re-sign up. I could literally just import them in. And so this was a community, because I didn't even know the community was live, chat. We had a whole community right in Highlevel that was built up. They log in through here, and then they're able to basically see essentially like what you see in school. So I haven't tested it out in a while. I probably will go back and revisit it so that we can keep everything all in one, but it's a cool tool. So these are some of my favorite tools. What I would love to know, y'all, is what else would you guys like specific help on? So if there is something that you want more help on, or your VA is like, I need to, can Taria do a training? First things first, we want to make sure that we scroll here to BPC system training. Make sure it's not already there, right? Make sure it's not already there. You can also go to the YouTube channel, right? Make sure it's not already there. But if you want like a little bit more detailed on how can the reporting help me, I would like a training on the reporting. Cool. We can go into how to be able to leverage and utilize this point reporting. Like, this is so fire because, like, when say you hire a sales agent, right? So we have a sales agent for one of our clients, and she's dialing people. I could literally go in here to see, it's not under this account, it's a separate account. But I can go in here to see how many calls she's made on average. Who does she call? How long are the calls? I can see all that type of stuff. So it's really, really cool. So if there's specific areas where you guys would like to see more information, then please, by all means, make sure to go into the school community. And when you put the new post, you're going to start a new post, right? You're going to put, I need help with, or can you do a training on, and then explain it. And then you're going to select the category. And then I will make sure that I will go in here into the BPC system to see if we have any posts, right? And so you see, like right here, Rashida posted 14 days ago, plugged in. I love the AI updates, right? So we don't have anybody outside of Rashida who has posted anything in regard to the BPC system. So that is where you really want to go, guys, right? And shout out to those of you guys who are our top contributors for this last month. I got a special gift. You got to be on Monday night's call. We're going to be going over what you're going to get. But yeah, so that's what you want to utilize this system to help you, okay? All right, guys. If you are not a member of the community, you can join our community for the free ski. All you got to do is go to bookprofitsclub.com. Also, guys, when you join into the community, if you want to get, if you're, let's say you're not an elite member or above, and you just want to kind of play around with the software for like, just I want to see what the software does, you can actually get 30 days free to the software. Now, the only thing is when you get 30 days free with the software, it doesn't come with us setting up your initial phase of your CRM, which is going to be helping you with your A2P and connecting your domain. Now, if you are an elite member or above, of course, it comes with additional stuff where we create your website and your email automation. But if you are a paid member of the software, we will help you with that. But you can still get 30 days access. So I've got to add the link here, but it literally is bpcsystem.com, gives you 30 days access. Also, another great thing, guys, when you start upgrading to the different tiers, you're going to see a lot of these courses. I showed y'all a lot of those trainings that we're going to be moving over here. You're going to start to see different access available to you guys for being in the community, but it does depend upon your level that you are enrolled. But right now, you can log in. You can start with us by going to bookprofitsclub.com. All right, y'all. Well, I don't see any questions. Let me see, make sure. If not, I'm about to go ahead and hit it. I have another training that I'm supposed to be on, and then I am going to Houston. So I'm going to be heading to Houston today. We've got we're doing our exchange luncheon in Houston next month. And so I've got to look for a location. I'm going to check out, maybe Mastro's or Maestro's, but I think people say Mastro, Steak 48. I'm just going to check out a couple of different locations just to see what has the really nice environment for our women at our next luncheon that's going to be taking place in Houston. Okay, guys. Well, that's all that I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to play a quick commercial, and then we are out.
Attention authors, if you are ready to take your book, brand, and business to the next level, this is your moment. I'm inviting you to apply to be featured in our annual Author All-Stars magazine, a prestigious platform that highlights powerful authors just like you.
Take a break of all the negativity and everything on social media telling you who you're supposed to be, or you're thinking who you're supposed to be, and just look back at what God wants you to be and follow that. Thank you so much.
Are you an author and you want to be recognized?
You don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started to be great.
Spots are limited. You must apply. So hurry up and apply before it is gone. Let's make your name legendary in the literary world. Go to authorallstarsmagazine.com. authorallstarsmagazine.com.